something I don't have anymore. Try to live without knowing what was once before. People thinking that you're stupid, you don't belong. Just another damn misery won't last long. You think life is just a simple breeze. Day by day I struggle, just as you please. The world won't slow down, remind you what you lost. You just gotta keep moving no matter what the cost. Stubborn minds see things straight as their own world. Social war, corporate wall of steel. Soldiers are the real one, fighting for their life. No one seems to care, that's the Sam who died. It comes as no surprise. Something that it was died for. I hate to be the one who tallies up the final score. You gotta have it, making people feel like the dumb. You paint a picture of what the world should become. I think you need to realize when enough is enough. You gotta let it say, but not a way to back it up. Lead your path like the blind, leading the lost. I'm avoiding what you say, no matter what the cost. Stubborn minds see things straight as their own world. Social war, corporate wall of steel. Soldiers are the real one, fighting for their life. No one seems to care, unless it's them who die. It comes as no surprise. So practice what you preach. Your words are your disease. So practice what you preach.
Welcome, everybody, to Tarnation TV. Thanks for watching. You are watching this broadcast tonight of the Talladega Nights series known as the Shake and Bake series. It is season number 2. This is race number 6. And it's been an exciting 5 races so far. We will definitely be going over that in a bit. The drivers tonight, up over 30 in the grid this evening. Bunch of old names returning, bunch of new names I've never seen before. This is going to be a fantastic run, as always, here at Talladega Nights. Full field, Talladega Superspeedway, which basically means it's 2.66 miles of 3-wide racing and a total of 57 laps on the clock this evening, as this is one of Talladega Nights' main events. So welcome to the broadcast. If you dig this gig, basically you need to subscribe to the channel and click the thumb bell, and you will receive updates when we go live with more races, either here or elsewhere. Current season points. I got my buttons working. Imagine that. Mark Paglia in the top spot after 5 races. These points are official. Last race, number 5, there was no penalties at all. So if anybody was watching last week, after some crazy finishes and some accidents and everybody behaved themselves, served their penalties, and nobody got penalized any laps at the end of that race after review and after all that good stuff. So the points are as follows. Paglia holds the number 1 spot, followed by Keith Bynum, Denny Carroll. 2 league owners in a row. I think this might be pandemonium, maybe a little bit of shenanigans, but Jeffrey Elliott and Chris Elliott, Ken Roberts, Bill Hemi Evans, Stephen Brandstetter, Larry Wyndham, and Dan Lovell round out your top 10 drivers highlighted in green. The top 10 drivers, as always, at the end of race 10. After race 10 is finished, of course, the replay will be under review once the results are finalized from race 10 and the season points are updated. That'll be those 10 drivers at the top will go into race 11, playoff race number 1. After that race is done, that 10 shrinks down to 5. Those 5 drivers carry into the final race, number 12. And the race within a race, 38 drivers show up. Those 5 in race number 12 will be racing for the championship. So hopefully people stay out of trouble, and your championship hopes and dreams could come to a halt. As we all know here at Talladega, how fast everything can change. It could be definitely a wild ride, and it has been so far. Drivers currently in their drivers meeting, getting ready to do driver introductions. That will take a while because there is a lot of drivers this evening. I'm getting close to, let me see here, it looks like there's 30 people in here at least, so this is going to be a good race. Many drivers obviously will be familiar. Andrew Miller has decided to race this evening. You guys may remember Andrew Miller from a few weeks ago. He helped me. He was co-hosting the broadcast here at Talladega Nights. Andrew Miller runs a YouTube channel called Top Dragster. He is also a broadcaster of this fantastic old game. So all us fellow broadcasters are in cahoots with each other. He's got a big race coming up. There's a 100% Daytona. It'll actually be a Daytona. It'll be 500. It'll be a Daytona 500-mile race in the game. I hope you have a comfy chair, especially as a driver, because you have to hold on to your steering wheel and sit in that seat for the duration of a 500-mile race. And that's going to be a long broadcast. Andrew's probably going to need 3 to 4 hours to get that wrapped up. Hopefully it's a good turnout. That is definitely going to be very, very cool. The fact that I believe the league, he said, is ISRL, the league that he broadcasts for. And that race is in honor of NASCAR Racing 2003 season being 20 years old this year, 2023. So they're going to run Daytona at 100% length and probably run it. All the fuel consumption here tonight is set to 2 times So your fuel and tires fade away twice as fast as they would in real life. I would imagine, though, if they're running a 100% race, they're probably going to leave it at a normal one times multiplier, but that's entirely up to them. This is Talladega Nights, and this is how we run it on Sunday. I think it's about 35%, I believe, is what it falls under here. 57 laps. Damage, of course, is such a moderate. Yellow flags will be on, so the game will be controlling cautions. And that way, that's a lot easier, a lot safer that way. The game will control cautions. And of course, this evening we are running fixed setup, which means every single driver is running the same package. If you need to know more about Talladega Nights Racing League, in the descriptable below, you'll find a website location for them. Donnie Elliott is the master of the website, or the webmaster. He used to race, he no longer can, so he took over the website duties. So Don Elliott keeps that thing together. Friday nights they run the Fast and Furious Truck Series. Points are tracked. That is a 12-week season.
Elliott looking. On a plane.
Oh, he's knocking on my door.
I am knocking, sir. Hey, you can pop up there. I'm going to pop you up there in about 10 seconds.
Awesome.
I'll go back up there. And are we live yet?
Sorry?
Are we live yet?
We are definitely live, yes.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, audience. Thanks for coming out to watch Talladega Nights. And I'm going to have the driver say hello to y'all. And, Blaine, I'll be right back.
Cool. Well, we'll be eagerly waiting. Basically the drivers will run down who they are, what car they're driving, and a little quick thing if they want to drop a little quick thing. And then we'll get to racing. So I will switch the screens over. You guys have been staring at the current season points long enough. Now you get to look at game menus. Video game menus.
We are ready for you, Blaine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's mostly gentlemen. Thanks for what you're about to do right now. So take it away, Mr. Elliott.
Well, we just want to say hi to the audience, and each driver is going to tell a little bit about themselves, and we're going to start with the number 0. Go ahead, Pat.
Pat McCarsky, Brownsburg, Indiana. Wounded Warriors, 0 Dodge.
Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware. Menards, STP, Ford Mustang number 7.
Kelly Causey in the 00 ALS Association Chevrolet out of Lucedale, Mississippi.
Larry Wyndham driving the 09 Chevrolet, the BHD Chevrolet.
Gary Mangus, the Slingshot, is driving the number 12 GM Goodwrench Plus 4-Scheme Chevrolet Camaro from Tallahassee, Florida.
Wayne Pride. Is it Pride now? Is that how you pronounce that correctly, guys? I don't. Now. Pride now. Okay. Well, he is driving number 14 car. I believe he's in Ken Roberts. Help me out here. Wisconsin? Yeah, Wisconsin. Good luck, Wayne.
Hey, how's it going? Randy Claflin, car number 20, the Reds Apple Ale Ford Mustang. Have a good race, everybody.
Randy Waugh driving the 21 Dodge Alabama Crimson Tide car. Shout out to my son Corey and my friend Zach.
Billy Ellis, number 26, Coors Light Chevy.
Mark Paglia from Gainesville, Georgia, driving the 28 Woods Brothers Motorcraft Ford.
Bill Evans, known as Hemi, driver number 33. I believe he drives a Dodge.
Rodney Sullins, driver of the number 38 Black Rifle Coffee Chevrolet Camaro from Bentonville, Arkansas.
Billy Carroll driving the number 41 Dodge Challenger, painted by Rodney Sullins. Bob Factoids Dixon driving the 43 Richard Petty car from Macon, Georgia.
Tom Dixon, number 45 Chevy Batman car from Byron, Georgia. Good luck, guys. Thank you, Blaine, for all you do for us, brother.
Number 47 Powerade Chevrolet, driven by Andrew Miller, raised in Manheim, Pennsylvania.
Alex Moe, number 48, the Lowe's Chevrolet from Southern California.
Dave Jandry driving the 51 Chevy from Dixon, Illinois.
Ken Roberts driving the number 55 Texas Pete Hot Sauce Chevrolet, painted by R.D. Solons.
Jeffrey Elliott, the number 56 Hot Pink Mountain Dew Ride Chevy from Mooresville, North Carolina. Good luck to all the fine people that came out tonight. Thanks, Blaine. Harry Bond, I believe he is in Florida, driving the number 60.
63 Keith Bynum, race shop in Austell, Georgia.
68 Outlaw, Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Good luck, guys.
81 Ray Hulick driving the Discovery Channel Core Chevrolet. I just want to thank Rodney for the paints.
Craig Hagley in the 82 Aqua Adventure Superwash Ford out of Paducah, Kentucky. Let's go Bengals.
This is Grant Wesley from Evansville, Indiana, driving a number 88 NOS Energy Drink Dodge Challenger. Go Chiefs.
There you go.
This is Jovan Anderson driving the number 96 Talladega Nights Ford from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Yo, 29 Mike Angelardi.
Brian Loveland driving the number 043 Ford Cobra GT 500 out of Wolfpack Racing.
Nate Balser driving the black 079 Chevrolet Van Halen out of Seattle, Washington.
Greg Lovell, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving a number 088 Haviland car.
Dan Lovell in the Eagles 388 out of Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Stephen Brandstetter from Ranelette, Oklahoma, driving the 510 Shake and Bake Ford Mustang.
KD, number 660 Chevrolet out of Orrington, Maine.
Michael Moore driving the Mountain Dew Code Red 740 Chevrolet.
Robert Breedlove driving a 931 Oreos Pontiac Trans Am from Lancaster, South Carolina.
Well, there you go, Mr. Broadcaster, the man himself, Blaine Donlin. There you go, bud.
Thanks again, guys, for what you do and that flawless rundown there. So I'll let you guys get to it, man. Good luck, and we're going to be out for a good race.
Second there, my friend.
Why would that be?
There's 37 of us want to say something to you guys. Let's do it. Let's give it up for our main man, Blaine.
Thank you, Blaine.
Hip hooray!
Let it go, Brian. Tarnation is up.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Blaine.
Thank you. I'm going to get you out of here before these guys run you over, Blaine.
That's it, man. Thanks, guys. Have a good race. Good luck.
Back up to your tower. Here we go.
Go Bengals.
Well, there you go. The entire field of 37 drivers this evening are currently headed out on the track for practice. So we'll just grab a random car. All these guys around. 37 drivers here on Saturday night, January the 28th, 2023. 20 years this sim has existed, and year by year it gets better and better. I believe COVID-19 somehow helped out the racing simulation community on the internet with iRacing gaining a lot of traction because the real NASCAR series shut their stuff down. And they put on live broadcasts on Fox Sports Network using iRacing, just like you're watching right here. Video game footage on live TV with actual NASCAR drivers driving cars in a driving simulator on their computers. So everybody realized they could have the potential to race against real drivers. iRacing is a great game, which I believe helped this game out. Same team that created NASCAR Racing 2003 season moved on a few years later to work with Electronic Arts before landing their own deal and created their own game called iRacing. NASCAR, of course, being the one discipline I would race, but they have every discipline you can imagine, from open wheel, rallycross, all that stuff. I believe it helped out this game, though, because this game was abandoned, therefore it is free. iRacing is a membership service. It's not super expensive, but, you know, $10 a month. Some people, you know, need that $10. And here we are. Lots of people, clearly, lots of people play this game. There's so many leagues you can join. Talladega Nights being one of them. Tarnation TV. Thanks, Talladega Nights, for basically allowing me to tweak this broadcast, the way it looks and the way it gets presented to you. They've allowed me to sit here and troubleshoot and break things, and it's been a fun time. So big thank you to Talladega Nights for allowing me to do that. Chris Elliott, Bob Dixon, Jeffrey Elliott. The main trio at the top of the heap there. Brian Wolf for helping me get it started.
Knock knock.
Oh, we're getting a knock on the door. Oh wait, I think I have Andrew on my whisper too. Sorry, buddy, I'm gonna delete you from this, Andrew, if you can hear me.
Hey, Blaine.
Hey,
everybody. I had to run up here to the tower real quick. I just want to know if you want to do like a 2-minute hello to somebody.
Sure do.
Qualifying. Let me grab somebody.
I wonder who it could be. Probably the pole sitter.
Well, we don't have a pole sitter yet, but I brought you someone special. His name is Steven from Oklahoma.
Steven from Oklahoma in the 510. Is that the guy I'm thinking of?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Blaine?
Oh, not too bad. How's your evening to this evening? How's the car feeling?
The car's good. We've been doing some hot laps here, so looks like settled in pretty good.
Right on. Yeah, it looks like a full field out there today, so this is going to be a whole pile of fun, I would imagine.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Could be a great race.
What, I was going to say who painted your car, but I think I know the answer to that question. I think it was me.
Good job, Blaine.
I think it was. That's always a question I ask the drivers. I'm thinking, no, I painted the 510. And you've been running it for a couple of seasons, so that's pretty awesome. So thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
You know, the good thing last week, Blaine, is we both ran our Shake and Bakes, I believe, didn't we, Steven? So that was cool to talk about our Shake and Bake rides. Any shout outs, any hello, Steven, before I put you back up there? You got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to say hello to my friend Doug in Walters, Oklahoma.
Well, hello, Doug. Hope you're watching. I hope everybody's watching out there. Blaine, thanks for what you do. I'm going to bring us back down to the pit road, getting our cars, and I'll bringing you the pole sitter real soon.
Awesome. Yes. Off to qualifying. Good luck in qualifying.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you.
Just doing a quick whisper check, Jeffrey. Just ignore this. I got Andrew off the list, so he does not need to listen to me squawking at him the whole time. I just realized I had Andrew on the on my whisper button from the time he broadcasted with me, so he probably removed me and would not be able to tell me that, but I'm paying attention. So the drivers' meeting is done. A little bit of practice here now. Let these guys get warmed up for qualifying. A few minutes through qualifying. Once that is complete, we'll go to happy hour for 5 minutes. What's happy hour? Well, glad you asked. Happy hour is where, after qualifying, the pit road is set up the way it will be for the entire race. So once you qualify, drivers will run around in happy hour and probably practice their pitting. And that way they can, you know, if they pit at the back or the front.
Okay, buddy, fired up here. Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
Yeah, the happy hour is a good thing because the drivers can get out there and practice with their final qualifying positions where they land on pit road. And I always try to sort of see who's about 5 or 6 pit stalls before I get to mine. Because if you do end up pitting with a pack in the race, you're going to need that visual. Your pit crew will start, they will wave you in with the sign. But sometimes it can get a little hectic. You might want to start either getting down early or staying out to the right, trying to avoid collisions and stuff. So it's good to have a couple of landmarks on pit road so you can hit your stall and not overshoot it. And it is about finesse. Pit stops, a full service pit stop usually takes around 15 seconds. There's some factors, obviously, how much gas you're taking, how many tires you're changing, how long that pit stop will be. It also depends on how straight you are in the pit stall and where the car is actually parked, because sometimes tenths of seconds can be all the difference. Even at the end of the race, under maybe a yellow flag condition, getting to that line at the end of pit road to lock in your position, the race off the pits sometimes can be as close as the finish of the race if it comes down to leading a lap. So the current season standings back up there now. As you can see from the first 5 races, there's 5 different winners, so nobody has won here more than once. Mark has a win, Jeffrey Elliott has a win, Ken Roberts has a win, Nate Balser has a win, and Robert Breedlove also has a win. Last week's event, race number 5, we got the drivers who rose and the drivers who fell. So the rise and fall of race number 5. The biggest gains was Alex Moe. He qualified in 26th position, ended up finishing the race in 7th. Jeffrey Elliott had some big gains last week as well, starting in 24th position and ending in 9th. And unfortunately, a couple drivers who fell from the top to the bottom. Bob Dixon qualifying in 4th position, ended up finishing the race in 21st. His car was running. Unfortunately for Brian Lovell, he started in 11th, got tangled up in an early wreck, and was forced to retire. He ended up basically finishing that race in the 26th spot. Due to an accident, I believe it was Randy Claflin had some issues with the fuel tank. He got blocked out of the fueling on the pit stops there. And he was forced to retire because he ran out of gas. Here is the qualifying final results coming in. No surprise. Rodney Sullins, Greg Lovell at the top of the list. The top 8 drivers have a 52.4. And that is a whopper of a lap for Rodney Sullins in the 38. 52.440. 6 thousandths of a second faster than Ken Roberts and Greg Lovell, who are basically tied for second place with a 4.46. So the top 10 drivers have a 52.4. As we move into happy hour, we'll get to talk to Rodney. Let's get locked on Rodney's car just in case he decides to jump in there and go for a drive. We can follow him around. Happy hour has begun. Somebody's kicking my door down. What's up, man?
Lay down, man. This is your assistant, Jeffrey Elliott. We ran up here so quickly, I brought you the pole sitter, the one and only Rodney Sullins.
Rodney Sullins, welcome back to the race, man. And of course, you come in here and slaughter everybody on a qualifying lap. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Fast car tonight, I think.
Yeah, that's wild. And first and second, it looks like, according to the stats, they're tied for second on the qualifying list. And then here you come, and you beat them by 6 1,000ths, I think it was. But any special plans for this evening? Obviously, the first pit stalls, you're a big fan of that.
Can be under green flag. It can be a little detrimental, but caution, it usually pays off. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. Hopefully get a good start, maybe get up there to that middle line and in front of that 55 car and see if we can lead some laps.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to lead at least one of them. Leading the last one's always a good tip. Like you need tips from me, but...
Yeah, that's the goal. Lead the last one. I'd like to lead the first one and the last one. That'd be great. That'd be a good night.
That would be a good night. Are there any shout-outs? Anybody watching this thing you want to say hi to?
Oh, the wife and daughter, all my BSR teammates, XFM guys, Black Rifle Coffee, the guys back in the shop putting this car together. Thanks, man. I appreciate what you do, Blaine. Enjoy watching your broadcasts.
Well, thank you for the kind words, and thanks for watching. But yeah, I guess you guys better get out there and do some practicing. We'll be watching.
Yeah, thanks to Elliott's for doing this. This is a pretty cool little thing they got going on.
10-4, I appreciate the kind words, Rodney. I'll get us back down on pit road and just jump in our cars. Blaine, we'll be talking to you soon, bud.
Right on, guys. Go green. Let's get this thing going.
Thank you.
Good luck to Rodney Sullins. He doesn't need me wishing him good luck. That guy knows how to drive around this track, as you can see from his qualifying time. There he is there. The Black Rifle 38 Chevrolet Camaro. I thought he might be driving when we were talking to him, but he decided to not be distracted. As we've been doing race number 6, we are definitely now heading into the last half of this 10-race season, with a bonus 2 races after 10's done for the championship playoffs. 2 rounds worth of playoffs. Rodney has made it to a couple of these races, but not all of them. But with a couple of good finishes, if he's able to make the rest of these races, could be interesting. As he is definitely one of the top drivers here in the NASCAR Racing 2003 community, especially at Talladega. Always a fan favorite. Drivers love this track. It is a monster of a track. What else goes on here at Talladega Nights? Who's this? Who is this? Hey now, Jovan Anderson in the house.
I brought him for just a 20-second hello and to say hi to everybody real quick and pull us back up. So go ahead. Say hi to Mr. Jovan Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, not bad. Driving a blue Ford from the team racing.
Yep, last minute choice. We're excited to see what comes of this race. We're going to bring all we got.
Right on, man. You got any buddies out there from different leagues or around, or just usual, the usual suspects?
Oh, always the usual suspects, but, shout out to Mom Square Racing and those guys. They're awesome. Definitely recommend racing with them, and, we're going to put on the best show we can.
That sounds like a plan, man. Well, good luck out there tonight. I guess Jeffrey's telling me we got to keep her quick, keep her short. So have good luck tonight. We'll be watching.
We do. All right. Good luck. Thanks, Blaine. We got 39 drivers. An unbelievable field. So, Jovan, good luck out there. Stay clean, my friend, and run us back down there. Jump in our cars.
Thank you.
Thanks, Delvin. Good luck. Currently focused here on the number 60 of Perry Bond. I've raced with him before in Fast League and here at Talladega Nights and at Rolling Thunder Gaming. Looks like we're smashing them up a little bit because it's time to go to the race. Looks like Brian Lovell in the old 4.3. He's trying to get that thing to blow up. Michael Moore helping out. All right, green flag underway here. Thanks for watching again. Tarnation TV's broadcast at Talladega Nights, Season 2, Shake and Bake. Links in the description below. If you're interested in this league, it's a full house tonight, so you wouldn't be able to get in.
Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
Rodney Sullins with the pole position. Oh yeah, I need to retire my car. Rookie mistake. I think I've never done this before. We're just waiting for the Grand Marshal. We're also waiting for a couple more drivers. There's a couple of gaps out there. Here they come. We will wait for the call from the Grand Marshal for the gentlemen to start your engines. 39 total drivers this evening.
Drivers, start your engines!
Looks like somebody may have missed the grid.
We talk about the transporter. At the end of pit road, the last pit box is a timing line. So the last white line on pit exit is the line. Big thumbs up, my friend. Have a good time.
I wonder who that would have been in row number 4 on the outside line. Row number 3? It was definitely someone, but we will worry about that later. Right now, we're getting ready to go green. 38 car of Sullins leading the pack around. Remember here, Talladega Nights, the leader does have lane choice. So if Rodney wants to switch with Ken Roberts, right now they would, but they probably will not. Not at the start of the race. Wall-mounted cameras on the back straightaway. So pace car will move out of the way once we get through turn 3 and 4 here and start this 57-lap race off with a bang. Like I said, in the description below, there is more information if you are interested. You do play this game, you like what you see. This is the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series 2019 mod for the game. Manx 19, short form for that entire sentence that I just spoke. All the cars here get uploaded to this TeamSpeak channel. There's a file browser on TeamSpeak. We will ride inside the cockpit with Rodney to see what this sounds like. So I will be quiet. If you want to crank up your TV, let it rip. Well, there it is, lap number 1. It's led by Ken Roberts. We've got half the field. That'll definitely be a yellow flag. There is a lot of cars involved in that. I believe they do allow a restart here, Talladega Nights. However, lap number 1 was complete. So we'll back this up and see what happened there. That's unfortunate that had to happen so early. That's going to tear up some cars back there. Hopefully nothing too bad. Looks like it collected probably about 8 guys. We'll back this up here. Looks like we might be on Mangrum. No, who is that? Outlaw. Looks like Randy Waugh. Try to find Randy Waugh here. There he is. Had a big run on Hemi. Just a little bump in the corner from Waugh on Hemi. Farrell, Mangialardi, Outlaw to the apron. Grant Wesley's in there. Mangialardi's doing barrel rolls. That's too bad. Racing really, really tight right off the first lap, and just look at it again here from a different angle, slow motion. That high line's got nowhere to go.
Plane down road is now open. Are you around, sir?
Good evening. Hey, Alex, what's happening, man?
Hey, am I up in the booth?
In the booth you are, yes.
Hey, Blaine, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. Unfortunately, we see you spinning out there, but it doesn't look like you got too much damage.
I got sideswiped on the 20. A couple buddies of mine looked at my car and they said they didn't see anything, so it should be good to go for the rest of the race so far.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It looks like you might need tires because you had them locked up sideways, but other than that, it looks like it's going to be okay. At least that's what I can see from the broadcast booth. You definitely had it definitely a lot easier than some of those other guys involved in that thing.
Yeah, some of these guys, I don't know if they race ARCA or what, but they don't hit the brakes very well, even in the back. And my strategy at Super Speedway is just to hang in the back for the 2/3, 3/4 of the race, and then creep my way up. Just to keep the car clean, but even in the back you can get wrecked. But I should be good.
Yeah, I mean it was your benefit. It worked out in your favor there because at least you had some time to react, and then you weren't. You got sideswiped a little bit, but didn't get run over complete like some of the other guys did. But hopefully you're in the front of this thing. And if anything's going to happen, it happens in your mirror.
We'll see. Anything can happen with the full field, 39 cars. So hope Nate gets his issues with his car worked out. I heard he's having some mechanical issues. I hope he gets in the race here. But anything can happen with a full field. But I can guarantee I'll be in the back staying safe. Oh, I got to pass some EOLL cars here.
Yeah, it looks like some guys are yielding their positions there. But anyway, any shout-outs you want to toss out there before we send you back down to the racing room?
Yeah, thanks for finally giving me an interview. I just want to give a shout out to all the Elliots and the Dixons for putting on the show here. You, as always, for broadcasting. You do a great job by yourself lately, too. Hope you get another co-broadcaster pretty soon. And just good luck to everyone tonight. Go Packers.
Right on, man. Yeah, thanks for the kind words. Yeah, we're working on it. I've got a couple of people for the co-host spot in and out. We'll figure something out. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And with you guys bombarding the broadcast booth, it's always never a dull moment here at Talladega Nights.
Yes, sir. Thanks for all you do, Blaine. Enjoy the show tonight.
Right on, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Alex Moe, also known as Pack. If you're watching at the start of the broadcast, the drivers were asked to send in their cars, and you can see his license plate is Packers. So he's clearly, I'm guessing, a Green Bay fan. Also at the start of the broadcast, you heard music from my friends in the band known as Rise of Dissension. Their links are also below in the description box as well. So thanks to those guys for making some heavy music. Jeffrey Elliott and Tom Dixon. How are you doing, Tom?
Dixon.
I know the answer,
there,
but I have to ask you. How are you doing, Tom? I know the answer, but you got to say it.
I am fine as fog hair.
Right on. I got to find you now. I got to click on my button, and I got to find...
I brought Tom up to the booth real quick for a 30-second, guys, because we'll be going green next lap, but I just want to give a hello to his family and friends.
Yep, let it rip, Tom. The mic, the floor, everything else is yours. Go for it. Any shout-outs?
Any shout-outs, Tom?
Shout out to my mama. She's in there watching us race. She watches us race all the time. She gets a big kick out of this.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good evening, Mama. But hey, man, were you involved in that tussle there off the after lap almost complete? Did you get involved in that wreck at all?
She's my biggest fan.
That's the best.
Her, and my big brother.
Is he out here racing tonight?
That's Bob.
Yeah, I know. Is he? I think he's got to be, right? He's always out here.
I think he's out there.
I see him on TeamSpeak, so that's probably a yes. Let's check to see. 43. Yep, there he is.
43, correct.
Yeah, he's currently in the 12th spot, and you are currently in the 11th. Oh, you guys are basically, no, you're pretty close. Not super close, but close enough.
See, I'm sticking on 19 right now.
Yeah, perfect. Right on, man. Were you involved in that wreck there at the start?
Huh?
No,
no, I was not.
Okay, perfect. And
All right, guys. I'm sorry to cut this short, Blaine, but we got to get back up there quickly. I just wanted to bring him down. Any shout-outs real quick, Tom?
He's shouting out to his mom. He already said that.
Shout out to Mama. Hi, Mama.
Miss Tracy. Thank you, Tracy, for watching. She roots for all y'all, though.
That's good. Should be rooting for the Batman car, though. Number 45 all day long.
She does, but I wasn't going to say that.
All right, Tom, I guess we'll let Jeffrey do his thing, get you back in the race room, and good luck with the rest of the race.
Thank you, buddy.
Tom Dixon, the number 45 the Marvel Studios Batman car. Well, we'll lock this camera onto the lead pack, being led by Robert Breedlove. In the 931 car. Inside line of the 09 is Larry Windham. Car number 63 on the outside row. Let's see. Keith Bynum, KD55, I believe his name is Ken, in the 660. And the pace car will now move out of the way as we get ready to go green here at the start of lap 7 or at the end of lap 6, however you want to say that. Thank you for all the drivers for showing up tonight. Full field of about 39-40 cars out here tonight. This is wild. So this, hopefully we can get some good green flag laps going here. Let these cars get warmed up for a couple laps before they really start driving them. This is a long race. It's a 57 lapper. Much like last week, we have the top 5 cars of Elliott, Ken, Keith, Larry, and Robert opting not to pit. So 931, the 09, the 63, the 660, and the 46 have not pit. So they will be able to go, or they will not be able to go as far on fuel, obviously, as the cars behind them. Their fuel window will probably be opening up around 20 laps in. Looks like a top line is forming. Larry strongly holding that middle groove. It is the fastest way around this track. Sullins, Greg Level, Kelly Causey getting that top line moving. Denny Carroll behind them. Door-to-door, bumper-to-bumper racing, Talladega Nights style. Never a dull moment. Let's put 39 cars and stick them all together. If you want to know how close this is, at the line, I'll let you know. Well, I can show you guys. Current standings, you can see when they reset, you got the first 20 cars over the line last time by. Less than a second from the leader. 20 positions are 0.9. Dave Jandry in the 51 and 20th spot is 0.9 seconds away from the leader in the 20th spot. These cars are moving at about 200 miles an hour. And when they get moving, especially in a pack, one car is never going to be as fast as multiple cars. Because in qualifying, they will set those lap times at around, 51 seconds a lap, 52 seconds a lap. Out here right now, fastest car on the track last time by, Alex Moe. It's a 48-second lap at 199.2 miles per hour. I hear screeching tires, and that is a possible yellow flag. Yes, it is yellow flag on the course. These guys will race around to the back straightaway and get sorted. While I pause this and go find an instant replay of what exactly just happened back there. Well, there's the screeching tires. That's a good time to stop it. Oh no, Grant Wesley again in that orange and blue NOS car. It looks like Bob Dixon on the bottom. Who's that in front of him? Outlaw. Getting turned right there, rolling up the track. Oh, that's too bad. I just caught the 740. Just barely, Michael Moore. Hey, Bobby Farrell in the 7. How you doing, sir?
Have you seen the car?
I was just gonna look for you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was just looking at that wreck. And I have seen the car.
Yeah, so that answers the question. I'm not doing too good tonight, unfortunately.
Oh, and that was from, I'm going back trying to find it. That was from the first incident.
Yeah, it was. I got caught up in that first one, and it's the end result right here, so.
How much speed are you able to keep with that thing? Is it topping out at like 170, 175?
Until I was able to keep up with the draft for a little bit on that last restart, and it dropped down to about 177. So I'm just gonna ride around here and see what I can salvage, because kind of got a feeling there's going to be some more wrecks and some more cars falling out. So try and get as many positions, as many points as I can grab.
That's the thing. Like when it comes to a points race, that car looks fine on the front end. This is an aerodynamic track. Obviously, it's going to affect your speed a little bit. But if you're able to, I mean, hey, like you said, if there happens to be a couple more big accidents and people are forced to retire, you get their spots, and that's all. At the end of the day, it's points.
Yeah, that's my plan. That's always my plan. I don't quit until the car does. If the car quits on me, then I'm done. But if the car's still rolling, the engine's still running, I'm still rolling.
That's it. Yep. Yeah. And you can keep speed with the draft. That's always good. Hopefully somebody's willing to push you, because there's lots of room to push because they cut the trunk off.
Yeah, I'd rather have them push my bumper than my gas can. My fuel cell though, so I don't know. That might be a little dangerous to try and push me here. But like I said, we'll just see what we can salvage.
Right on, man. Any shoutouts you want to toss down there before we send you back to the track?
Well, this was a beautiful paint scheme, painted by Petty 4345, but ain't so pretty now. So sorry. Well, hopefully we'll get it fixed up and be back out next week with a new body, at least a new body, and I don't know, maybe need to go back to the shop and get a new car.
Yeah, it's too bad if there's more in the trailer, but they won't let you reset.
No, we don't get resets here, but it's part of the realism of NR 2003. It's kind of part of the fun, as they say.
That's it, man. Well, hopefully, hopefully you can gain some spots out there. And who knows? I've seen crazier things happen. You might still be able to win this thing.
I kind of appreciate the thoughts, but
the optimism.
Unless everybody else just completely wrecks out, I'm sure I'll be in the back somewhere. We'll see how far I can get up here.
Right on, buddy. Well, thanks for talking to us. We'll keep an eye on you.
Hey, thanks for pulling me up.
And Jeffrey will jump back into Tarnation TV wheelbarrow. And I was rewinding. This is live footage. Now we're live. But I was rewinding to see where the accident happened and realized, that accident happened in the first tussle. So let's see if maybe I can actually find it.
Oh, Blaine, hurry up and got back so quick. I brought you somebody else, buddy.
Hey, Mark Paglia, how you doing this evening, sir?
Hey, Blaine, how are you, sir?
Oh, not bad, not bad. So, this has been an eventful start to this race, to say the least.
Yeah, you get this many cars, and some of these people may not race with each other. Just they're not familiar with how they're going to check up, or where they're going to pick their spots. So it happens.
Yeah, so we ran some numbers on you before this race started. After 5 races, you got a win, 4 top 10s. So you have an average finish of 8th. You've been able to start all these races. So does your schedule allow you to run all 10 of these things before the playoffs start?
Yeah, I'm planning on being here. Especially you got the motivation being towards the top. Right now, I'm at the top, but anything can happen. But yeah, I've got all the plans to be here for every race.
Yeah, currently with 739 points, you're 25 points in front of was it Bynum in second. But yeah, like 7th place finish, 20th place finish, 6th, 1st, and 6th. So yeah, you're used to finishing in the top 10, and of course right now you're sitting in 7th. So
yeah,
the plan is to just stay in that front pack all night.
Yeah, that's my plan. Just keep the fenders on it, try to get in the top 10, stay close to the front, and when you get caught in the back, sometimes people make desperate moves. So I'm hoping to stay in the front. So keep it clean.
Sounds like a good strategy. Any shout-outs you want to toss down before we send you back to the track?
Yeah, I'd just like to shout out to Jeffrey Elliott. He does a great job, and you can tell by how this thing has just blown up and grown so much. He does such a good job, so a shout out to Jeff.
Well, thank you so much for the kind words there, Mark. Appreciate it. You work hard at it and kind of put a good platform out here for us to race on and have fun on the weekends, and I'm glad you're out here. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Good luck the rest of the race.
Appreciate it, Blaine.
Mark Paglia into 29, as you can see from the graphic on the screen. Sorry, the 28. As you can see from the graphic on the screen, after 5 races, 1 win in race 4. 4 top 10s, lowest finish being 20th in race number 2 with an average finish of 8th with 5 starts. Well, 6 starts. This is his 6th start. Of course, we don't know where he's going to finish, but consistency is what'll win. Is what'll win you championships. You don't need to win every single race. You just need to show up and finish. And like we were just talking with Bobby in the 7, the car might be tore up, but if it's still able to run at 177, usually by yourself, you're able to run about 180 mile an hour by yourself. If he's only a few mile per hour off the pace, Bobby could collect some points too. So consistency and just showing up. Sometimes it pays off. Currently focused on Mark. We'll get in the cockpit, so if you want to crank your speakers, let her rip. Some problems in the back from that camera angle. The yellow flag is out again. Everybody on the track has made a pit stop. Some cars more than others. I was curious if that yellow was going to come out back there, because it looked like whatever happened. It happened off, well, maybe not off the racing line, but the cars that were involved. Not exactly sure who was involved, but we're going to find out. There it is back there. Looks like Pat McCarskey in the black and gold, number 0. Off pace. There's nowhere for him to go. Heiser in the 3. Yeah, see, that's why I'm curious why the yellow sort of came out right there, because that car was not in harm's way. John Godfrey in the 7-Eleven has worked his way into the broadcast booth. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good, Blaine. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. I don't have your car downloaded, apparently. I do not know why. However, the purple ugly car looks fantastic. That's weird. I always have your cars downloaded. I must have missed it.
Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting race so far, Blaine.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things. Not seeing the John Godfrey 7-Eleven is kind of depressing. But have you been able to keep the car clean after the first couple little incidents there?
Yeah, believe it or not, I got pretty lucky. Usually racing guides don't smile on me, but we're so far so good tonight.
Yeah, right on. You got any kind of special tire strategies, or just, taking the pit stops when you can get them and just moving with the pack, or do you like to pit off pace?
Nope, B. Choice B. Yep, just trying to survive right now and going with the flow, Blaine.
Right on, man. Any shoutouts you want to toss down there before we get you back out there?
Thanks to Tarnation TV for your outstanding broadcasts, and Talladega Night Server for putting the show on. Great showing.
Awesome. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, you've been around a while, so the coming from you, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jeffrey, the mic's yours if you need it. Nope, apparently not. Jeffrey left. Yeah, I wonder why I don't have John Godfrey's car. That is very odd. 7-Eleven. It's usually orange and white, I believe. Usually just an orange and white car. I can't remember what the sponsor is, but that is peculiar, to say the least. All the cars were downloaded about 15 or so minutes before race time.
Again, sir.
Jeffrey Elliott dropping Grant Wesley in the 88. You got tangled up, I believe, in both of those accidents, Grant. So how's that thing looking?
No, it's bad. It's, I think I can keep up in the draft. As long as I got someone behind me, I can keep up in the draft and hang in there. But, yeah, I don't have a car that can win. I'm just here having a good time. I'm just glad to be here.
See, I'm looking at it from a couple different camera angles here in the broadcast. It looks fine, but you're saying it's definitely something's bent.
Yeah, the first wreck, I nosed in from the bottom apron all the way up straight into the outside wall.
Yeah,
crinkled the hood up. Yeah, they beat the hood back down, and then the second wreck, I backed the car into the wall, and the trunk lid was hanging open, and somehow I could see both back tires came down pit road, and they knocked the body out pretty good. I mean, it looks decent, but it's got a lot of damage.
Okay, yeah, front end damage on a track like this is never good, but yeah, hopefully people are willing to push and keep you tight in the draft there to keep you up to speed.
Yeah, that's, I'm going to try it. You know, if I'm holding these guys up too much, I'll probably just park it. You know, I don't want to cause an incident, but yeah, we'll see what we got here and give her a go.
Yeah, well, Bobby's out there with no roof and no rear trunk lid, so, you know, hey, if the thing keeps on rolling forward, you might as well just keep the pedal down.
Yeah, I'm looking forward right now, and I see a car in 10th missing a rear bumper cover, so maybe there'll be enough attrition here. Maybe I might be able to pull off a top 10 or something.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for coming down here to chat with us, and we'll send you back to the racing surface with all the other drivers, and good luck the rest of the race.
All right, appreciate it.
Any shout-outs real quick, Grant?
Yeah, just I'd like to thank you guys for everything you do here. And just give a shout-out to, you know, my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend, Brittany.
Awesome, man, and thanks for those awesome pictures you sent. I haven't seen the broadcast, but you are a real race car driver, I assume.
Yes, I grew up racing. I hung the steering wheel up about 10 years ago or so, but yeah, I raced quite a bit growing up.
Yeah, those were some great shots.
Yeah, they were, weren't they?
Yeah, thanks.
All right, my friend Blaine, thanks again for the interviews. I'm going to get us back down there on the track and see what we can do.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Good luck there, Grant.
Yep, thanks.
The one and only Grant Wesley driving the NOS 88. I say it every time, I'm a big fan of that paint scheme. It's a gosh darn fantastic looking rig. For those of you who may be interested in what goes on here at Talladega Nights, there it is. You'll notice the Monday series of the Back to the Future series has been restructured and it has been removed as a full-time series. Monday night is just kind of going to be a fun night. Come out and race on whatever track they pick, and you know, there's always fun to be had here at Talladega Nights. These three series you're looking at right now, these series have points being tracked. So of course on Tuesdays, the brand new dirt series known as Gearheads, that is run by the 27 of Pumpkin, ETC Pumpkin. Is he here this evening? No, he is not here this evening. Pumpkin runs that series. He brought that series over from East Coast Thunder. It's a lot of fun. I raced in it last week, and holy moly, it's a workout. On Friday nights, there's a truck series. Fast and Furious truck series at Talladega Nights. 38 laps right here at Talladega. And of course, you are watching season number 2 of the Shake and Bake series. That occurs on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Broadcasted by yours truly, Tarnation TV. So if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, subscribe, click the thumb bell, do what you got to do, YouTube stuff. People know how to use YouTube, I don't need to say it, but thanks for watching. Pleasure to have you. Hope you enjoy the show. The other car that Grant was talking about is the 68 of Outlaw, having his trunk lid removed as well. Currently focused on the 09 of Larry Wyndham. Splash and Go Graphics, Dodge Charger, pace car. Splash and Go Graphics. A huge help to the NASCAR 2003 community. Painting, paint jobs, logos, numbers, templates for all the cars. Splash and Go Graphics. You are amazing. We should probably focus on the cars that are actually driven by people. 63 of Keith Bynum about to take lap number 20 right now and send us back to green. There has been 3 yellow flags, 12 laps under yellow as we begin lap number 20. Bynum and Wyndham hooking up. Choosing to go with the high line, which will allow a bottom line to form. Fortunately, it looks like the 931 of Breedlove might be left all alone in the middle. As a 38 of Sullins, 96 of Anderson, the 660 of Ken. KD 55, I don't know his last name, I'm sure it's Ken something. Starting up that low line, Breedlove has fallen into that high side in front of Gary Mingus, who's driving the Mingus is driving the Dale Earnhardt scheme, all 4 of them at the same time. Greg Level sliding down to the bottom line there in front of the 043 of Brian Level. Gotta pay attention to all these levels. Right there, the 55 car, Ken Roberts, currently scored in 15th position last time around. That'll get updated here shortly. 9th. Well, that'll change in a quarter second because this is Talladega. Current laps led, the most laps so far have been led by Keith Bynum in the 63. He has led 5. Sorry, he has led 6. Bonus points for leading laps. So you get bonus points for leading 1 lap, and you also get bonus points for leading the most laps. So sometimes a little bit of a different pit strategy can pay off. Even if you get that 1 lap, I believe it's 5 bonus points for leading 1 lap and 5 more for leading the most. So, I mean, even if you can lead 1, try to get up there and do it. Getting some good green flag laps here. Go back in the pack a little bit. Billy Elliser in the 26, currently running in 22nd. The Coors Light call of the Rockies. Ford? No, that's Chevy. In front of him, the green Sunbelt sponsor of Wayne Pribnow. Wayne is hearing impaired, so the drivers on the track when Wayne is involved in a race are encouraged to not only use TeamSpeak to speak with other cars and let them know what's going on, but to also key it into your keyboard because Wayne needs to read that information. You can set up hotkeys in the game. For instance, if you're going to pit, you can hit your button and it'll come up on the screen and say, hey, I'm pitting now. And then, he can see that a lot of cars are going down instead of just getting cut off by somebody. Who else we got back here? The number 51 of Dave Jandry. I have seen him out here before. He hasn't been around here for a little while, so it's cool to see him back. Welcome back, Dave. Behind him is Andrew Miller in the 47. 47 Power Age Chevy. As I said before, if you like watching broadcasts of NASCAR 2003, Andrew runs Top Dragster here on YouTube. He assisted me a few weeks back calling a race. So thanks again, Andrew. I owe him one. We saw them all pass Pat McCarskey in the black and gold number 0. Pat is off pace. There's Bob Dixon missing a trunk lid as well. Ray Hillock Jr. in the 81. Currently in 31st. There's the Discovery Channel. That is very loud, that camera. Currently watching Pat McCarskey probably at full throttle. He is only able to keep 160 miles an hour headed into that turn all by himself. So he is off pace, but still able to run. Like Bobby Farrell in the 7 was saying, if you can run, you might as well get out there and run the laps, because if other cars in front of you decide to retire, you will occupy their positions. And if you do come out here week after week, it is always good to just soak up as much points as possible, even if you are running a slower lap time. If you can, by the end of the race, pick up a couple more spots, you could use those points to help you get to the championship. Currently focused on the 20 of Randy Claflin. Number 20 of Randy Claflin. 2020. Three wide racing, 2 wide racing. His pack is stuck together all the way back to the 30th position, less than 2 seconds off the leader. So the main pack is a big pack. Now the 82 of Craig Hagley is off pace, but there is 3 cars back here, position 32, 33, and 34. I guess we could refer to this group maybe as the scrap heap, because these are the cars that have definitely took damage. Outlaw and Farrell both missing trunk lids. However, in line with each other, they are running at 185 mile an hour down that back straightaway, so they're about to pick up Pat McCarskey here. Although Pat is only able to run 160 by himself, he may be too slow to latch onto these guys. But that's good that these guys found each other. And that will definitely keep their speed up and keep them from getting disqualified, because you do have to hit target speeds before you're considered a threat to other drivers on the track. Back to the front pack here, 3 wide. No surprise. Denny Carroll dead center. Mark Paglia slides down in front of him, joining that middle line. With Jovan Anderson, Greg Lovell, and Ken Roberts leading this race. Rodney Sullins, John Godfrey, and Buckshot Kelly Causey on the bottom line. All the big hitters of Talladega Super Speedway. And just find a line and stay in it. We may very well be on our way to some green flag pit stops here. Pat McCarskey yielding to the right side of the track to allow everybody to get by him. He is off pace. but able to keep up, or he's off pace, but able to keep the car running. Lots of clean air out there too. Sometimes with front end damage, you don't want to be following people because of it. And I'm not even joking, the game takes that into effect. If you have front end damage and you tuck up behind somebody for too long, you could actually blow your engine because you need to get some air in there. So if there is any slight engine problems with the Zero car, running alone actually might help that thing stay together longer. I do not see Chris Elliott out here today. Chris unfortunately did not make the race today. One of the on-track league administrators, Bob Dixon, unfortunately had the trunk lid removed from his car there. It looks like he took some major rear end damage. Unfortunately, you think that would slow the car down, but he's still doing 196 miles an hour here, so 198. If somebody would tuck in behind him and push him, this is why he's able to stay with this lead pack, because he's got Randy Waugh behind him and Ray Hulick in the 81 behind him as well. That camera angle has scared me a couple times this race. When you're focused on the cars in the back, by the time the game switches to that camera, the main line's already going by it. That's what's very very startling, to say the least. Green flag conditions. Oops, I misclicked. I wanted to click on Keith Bynum. There it is. Keith Bynum in the 63. Checking out the front pack. So Ken in the 660, his name on the ticker will be KD55. We got some cars peeling off for pitting, so we are definitely inside a fuel window now here at the beginning of lap 35. This guy's name is Ken, and he drives a 55, but unfortunately he couldn't drive the 55 tonight because Ken Roberts is also named Ken and also drives a 55, so Mr. Ken in the 660, that's just a spare car that I created to kind of sit in the background if anybody needed a spare car. Honda Accord, Talladega Nights generic paint scheme. Looking for pit windows to open here. And we've got Bynum peeling off to the pits. A lot of different strategies here right now because of the yellow flags that happened earlier. This definitely affects how people are going to, or when people are going to need to pit. So now there will be traffic merging back in. Let's get on the front pack here. We're going to follow John Godfrey in the 711. The 931 of Breedlove, he's known for pitting a little bit early. It's definitely a good strategy to stay out of the main pack. Gary Heiser peels off. Bill Hemi Evans, you saw at the top of your screen there, also heading for their pit cycle. Cars emerging back into the track. They will stay down there by that yellow line, allowing the rest of the field to go around them. This main pack here of about 10 cars is probably going to pit all together. That's why I'm staying focused on these guys. I'm assuming it is going to occur any time now, as they have claimed that low line. A few cars peeled off there, and a few decided to stay out still. Very consistently, no, wow, near miss there. Bill Hemi Evans came out of the pits, and he's allowed to do that. You're allowed to merge. Right there coming into the turn is when the line is dotted, so Ken Roberts had to make an evasive maneuver with this entire pack. So to just go around him. Lots of room though, because they are in single file. Looks like Kelly's getting ready to come in. And a couple cars got spun around there. Bounced right back straight again though. Pit Road 1 camera will basically show the exit of pit road as all these guys come down here now. Green flag pit stops. Probably getting pretty close to being complete right here. Ken Roberts has led the most laps this evening with 12. Your ticker across the top of your screen. We'll take a couple of laps before we get some real information. Focus now on Jovan Anderson in the 96. He will be scored currently in first. As this main pack of 5 cars stay in line and gain some speed. You can see that car just at the bottom of your screen there. That's Ken Roberts in the 55. He is peeling off, headed down to the pits. See where Ken Roberts is on scoring. He was scored at 5th last time around. I was wondering if that may have been a black flag penalty situation. Godfrey has a black flag in the 7-Eleven. So Godfrey in the 7-Eleven hit a black flag, and it looks like he was coming out of the pits again after serving it. The same with Ken Roberts. Also having to clear a black flag, probably for speeding on pit road. That is unfortunate for both of those guys, Godfrey and Roberts, having to serve black flags this late in the race. That puts them near the back. Jovan Anderson in the 96. Just staying in helicopter view here now. That front pack of 5 cars. Greg Level, Mark Paglia, Alex Moe in the 48, and Denny Carroll in the 41 coming into the trial over here. And they will begin lap 42 in just a second. Ken Roberts is still being scored with a black flag. Did he get black flagged twice? That should have been cleared. If he was speeding on pit road, it's a stop and go penalty. They might even hold him, depending on the severity of If it's speeding on pit road, I believe it's just a stop and go. we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that because Ken Roberts is now 1 lap down, 1 lap off the pace. Where the 7-11 of Godfrey, his black flag has been cleared. He's currently running 25th on the lead lap. So this lead pack of Anderson, Lovell, Pagula, Mole, and Carroll is trying to hunt them down. Is a way longer line of cars led by Dan Lovell in the 388. And you can see this line of cars. I'll go to helicopter view because you can see it way better. This line of cars is much deeper than 5. So if these guys can stay together, they will be able to close that gap. Talladega Superspeedway, one car is never going to be faster than multiple cars in a line. The more cars you have in a line, the more consistent speed you can hold. So these guys should definitely catch that front pack. Wow. That's the number 26 of Billy Elliser that just skated all over the place there. He's having a little bit of an internet issue. So 5.7 seconds from the leader was the scoring last time for Dan Lovell, leading this second pack. I'll wait for the scoring to update. 6.3. So the main pack led by Jovan Anderson is actually pulling away from the second pack. These guys are not close enough to each other. That's what's happening. If they tighten this thing up and they stop racing each other, they could probably run that pack down. Now, I am not privy to the game chatter because it would all come in on the broadcast, so I'm in a separate room. If these guys want to catch that main pack, they do have 10 laps left at the line. There will be 10 to go. There's definitely no problems back here. It looks like Billy Elliser's completely disappeared. Billy Elliser has fell to an unacceptable level, so he has been released from the game, unfortunately due to internet problem. According to the stats there in red, you can see right here, Billy Elliser received throughput fell to an unacceptable level. That means his ping was way too high, and the game took it upon itself to eject him from the race. Now, see, this pack is racing each other last time at the line, 7.1. So Jovan, Greg, Mark, Alex, and Denny are driving away from these guys. And I would think, if I was, see how close these guys are? They are straight as a pin, all within a foot or two of each other's bumper. Currently right here, they are going 199 miles per hour down the front straightaway. The front straightaway. We're going to see. I'm going to follow these guys and see. Right now, I'm locked on Jovan. Down the back straightaway, he will not draft that car. I can see the speed, you guys can't. 200 miles per hour. Where these guys into turn 3 are only going 198. Every lap they lose a second off that front pack. So that front pack is definitely keeping an eye on their scoring. in car, you can see the timings of all the cars on the track, no matter where they are. And these guys know exactly what they're doing right now. They know if they can stay straight as a pin like this and push each other for the next 8 laps or so, they might not even try to race each other until the final lap. And that's the thing, you can compare the way these guys are running to how that pack back there is running. And these guys they're in a straight line, but they're just not close enough to each other. And some guys are tucking out of line a little bit. There's big gaps between a couple of them. And that makes a big difference. See, those gaps are too large. And the line is straight, but not as... The line is straight, but the line is not as straight as these guys. Coming up to lap number 51 of 57, and I do believe there will need to be more pit stops. I'm going to check with Jeff on Whisper here. He's currently driving. I'm going to check to see what the fuel mileage is like. Maybe we should see where Jeff is first before I interrupt him. I don't want to mess him up. Jeff's currently in 17th position. Hey Jeff, sorry to bother you, Tarnation TV. Just curious on fuel mileage when you get a second. Live on the air.
Hey, Blade, how you doing? How's everybody doing? I think we're all good on fuel out here. Me personally, 56 Mountain Dew Hot Pink Ride, I am fine as a frog here when it comes to gasoline.
Awesome. Thanks for the update, man. Good luck.
Thank you, buddy.
I waited till Jeff got on the back straight to hit that key. I didn't want him in the corner talking to me. So gas mileage looks like it's probably going to be all right. We're definitely going to stay locked on this lead pack here. We'll just stay locked on on Mark Paglia in the 28 here, because he is obviously the middle car of this pack. And every time by the line, that pack... the second pack was 9.1 seconds behind the lead pack last time by. So we will wait for an update and see if that number moves from a 9. Awesome racing. Great teamwork by guys who probably aren't even teammates. I mean, a lot of these guys, obviously, they do race together. Joven, Greg, Mark, Alex, and Denny. And the gap, like I said, has increased again by another half second. So that second pack will not catch this lead pack. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say one of these 5 cars you're looking at right here is going to be the winner this evening. On the back straightaway, coming into the 3rd turn. Currently on lap number 54 of 57. Gas mileage. Whoa, a little bit squirrely there. Oh, we got yellow flag conditions. That is not what lead pack wanted to see. That was probably the squirreliness was probably frustration from all those 5 guys up front going, man, really? The yellow flag's got to come out, really? That's what I'd be saying. That is really frustrating for that front pack. Because these guys were shaping up. To have a really good finish. Currently just going to rewind this and see if I can get in a car view here. See the point of caution. Okay. Currently in replay mode. Actually, wait. I need to see the lights. Oh, there's the lights there. Okay, so we're going to go around here. We're going to see who's going sideways. Uh-oh, Rodney Sullets. And this was pack number 2. The pack that was not catching the main pack, but now will catch the main pack. As the yellow flag came out, which will tighten the field back up. There is lucky dogs in play here. So that's possible that Grant Wesley could get back on the lead lap. Oh, that camera angle was the worst camera angle to be in because we did not see what happened there. Okay, so it looks like that's really weird. They came off the corner. Robert in the 931 decided to change lanes, which is totally fine, but then big squeeze job by Gary there in the 3 on the 388. Took those 4 cars, and Bynum is going to nose right into that inside retaining wall. Gary actually got airborne, landed on his wheels. You know what happens when somebody goes airborne on Tarnation TV? We watch the whole entire thing from the driver's perspective. Plug your ears. It's going to get loud. Unfortunate for everybody involved. Oops, where are we? Wrong button. There it is. Very unfortunate for the top 5 because that was looking to be a very, very exciting finish. And in a race back situation, I don't believe that those lights are going to go off. And we have a winner in number 96, Jovan Anderson, under yellow. So let's rewind that back to the race back. Here's the point at which they took the yellow end, which would end up being the checkered flag. So this is how close this was. They all fanned out. But Jovan, without a question, right there, taking the yellow and the checkered at the same time. That'll be your winner right there. Very cool celebration. All four of them. The Jovan Anderson, first time out here in a very long time, and pulls off the win at a fantastic last half. It took a little while to get this race rolling. The first half, maybe not so exciting. A couple of really big accidents. They had to get everybody sorted. But the last half of the race was phenomenal. Big green flag running. A bunch of different pit strategies. All those green flag pit stops were taking place at different times. Really paid off of that front five. They pulled away from that second pack. They had her up to a 9.7 second gap when that yellow flag came out last time around. And this is like crazy formation coming through the tri-oval here. You're a bunch of fighter pilots. The flying V formation as they flank Jovan to actually collect the checkers. So congratulations to Jovan Anderson in the 96. He just had to jump in a random car because he decided he wanted to come in here and race at the last second. And as is tradition, they'll completely set the place on fire. Some napalm. The car's too clean. That's the problem. So congratulations to Jovan. He's going to hang the checker flag out the window, go for a drive, crank it up. Jovan Anderson, the blue 96 Ford Tundra Focus Corolla. Wonder if he's looking for assistance. Or if he's just doing a photo op. I like the different burnouts these guys are able to do with the way they're stepping on the clutch and the brakes and everything else, the different styles of which they do it. Some guys just do burnouts for days. There we go. The 96 Jovan Anderson comes out to Talladega Nights and shows you how it's done. I was really looking forward to that finishing under green, but you know what? It's still an awesome race. And these guys are probably happy it finished under yellow because at least then it didn't get tightened up for a refire. Sometimes that can turn out to be bad too. Alrighty then. Saving up the replay here. Get all my stuff saved here before the server gets disconnected. Nope, it got disconnected. So I just saved the replay just in time. Hey, Jeffrey, you got me. Could you send me the export? I was unable to grab it in time. The export is what we use.
All right, Mr. Blaine brought Mr. Factoids himself down here to do a quick one for the audience, if you don't mind, Mr. Dixon.
Awesome. Bob Dixon, the floor is yours. Hey, Jeff, could you send me the export if you got it in Messenger?
Simple.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Bob.
Okay, Blaine, thank you so much. On behalf of Talladega Nights, Shake and Bake Racing, an honorable mention was Alex Moe. In fifth place was Denny Carroll. Denny did a 47.952 second lap. That's 199.700 mile per hour on lap 45. The top 4 laps, fastest laps, are all on lap 36. Fourth was Dan Lavelle. Dan did a 47.948 second lap. That's 199.717 mile per hour. Third was Brian Lavelle. Brian did a 47.918 second lap. That's 199.842. Good work with the father and son there. Lap 36. Second was Jeffrey Elliott. Jeff did a 47.850 second lap. That's 200.126 mile per hour. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Grant Wesley. Grant did a 47.827 second lap. That's 200.222 mile per hour on lap 36. And the most laps led was Jovan Anderson at 20. Ken Roberts 11, Rodney Sullivan 7, Keith Bynum 5, Dan Lovell 4, Greg Lovell 3, Robert Breedlove 3, Larry Wyndham 2, Kelly Causey 1, and Craig Hagley 1. And that's your factoids of the night.
Thank you, Mr. Bobby Dixon. Dixon, it's always a pleasure, man. You are the factoids man. Mr. Blaine, floor is yours, sir.
Yes, thanks again, Bob. That's always cool to hear the factoids of the night. What an awesome race that was. And as always, tight racing.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a crazy race. All right, I'm going to grab Mr. Bob, and we're going to run back down there to our pits, and I'm going to go find the third place winner for you there, Mr. Blaine.
Yeah, buddy. Looks like Mark Paglia.
All righty. Let's go, Bobby. You ready to run?
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Results on screen are unofficial, and Talladega Nights will need to peruse the race footage to lock these results in, but it looked pretty good. Good evening, Mark Paglia in the 28. Third place, man. Look at that.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Again, I was just trying to get a top 5, top 10 finish for sure, and let's just keep it a solid points night.
So that's we were watching the race with the way that the fuel strategies ended up landing. That front pack, you guys were running straight as a pin, nose to tail, the perfect line. You were actually pulling away from pack number 2, which actually had more cars, but those guys sort of just couldn't pull it together as well as you guys were doing it. What was the plan coming if the thing went green? What was the plan coming out of turn 4 to see if you could get rid of Jovan? Get around that guy?
Well, just before the caution, about a lap or two before the caution, Greg, myself, and the two behind me, we all started to let up a little bit, just trying to play a little checkers and chess at the same time to see who was going to do what. I knew Greg was going to go for it. Whatever lane Greg was going to go, I was going to try to go the other lane. If he went high, I was going to go low and try to split it. But that was the plan. We just eased off a little bit because we had such a lead on the second pack, and I think we all were planning our strategy going in the last couple laps.
Yeah, it's nice when you've got a buffer of, it was about almost 10 seconds. It was like 9.7 seconds away from that last car. The second pack was 9.7 away from the leader. And yeah, it must be fun because you've got that much time where you can kind of experiment and know you're not going to get caught. But yeah, it was definitely exciting to watch, and it was an awesome finish as always. So congratulations on the third place podium finish. And any shout-outs you got? Again, we've talked to you a couple times tonight. You're probably running out of shout-outs.
No, well, just with Greg and Joven and the other guys that were in the top 5. I mean, I really appreciate what they were doing, because they really didn't push the issue. So I want to shout out to those guys. They did a great job, and I think the 5 of us, put on a show. So, and of course, Bob Dixon and Jeffrey for what they do for us.
Well, thanks, Mark. I knew you were up there somewhere. I did get a taste of it a little bit throughout the race, but when I saw my buddy Grant Wesley wounded like a little duck back in the back, hanging on for dear life on the draft, I decided to go back there and just push him as hard as I can, and kept him up there for a long time until we had a pit, but then it fell off. But hey, man, good finish, good top 3. Glad you're racing out here, man. Hope you're having fun.
It definitely is. And, Grant, he's one of the stars of any race he's racing in. So he's somebody you got to look out for. When he's wounded, then you got an even better chance to do well.
Yeah, he was a wounded duck, but I went back there and tried to save him as long as I could. But it was a good race, man. I'm just glad to see 39 guys out here from all over the world, different leagues, and it's just it's cool what we do here. So it's like Back to the Future at Talladega Nights. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Blaine, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Congratulations again. We'll see you next week.
All right, good night.
All right, Mark, you ready to run back down to the pits?
Now, give him a ride, man. Don't make him walk. He just had to race the car.
I got a golf cart or a Learjet. What do you want, Mark?
Learjet. We can't afford a Learjet. It's a shopping cart.
That's true. I got a big wheel. Here we go.
I'll be looking for Greg Lovell now. Mr. Greg Lovell in the 088, welcome back to the booth.
Hey, Blaine, what's up, buddy?
Oh, man, what a finish that was. It was looking to be something else, because you guys were actually pulling away from that second pack every lap, adding half a second or so. Any crazy strategy if that thing went green? I was kind of wondering. We were waiting. It was going to be a great finish under green. It was still a great finish, but...
Yeah, I was definitely going to make a move, but that caution came out at the wrong time, man. It just, coming off a turn 4, you just don't have enough time to, really make any kind of move.
Yeah, it's a little bit too late when the yellow come out for you guys to kind of decide what you wanted to do.
Oh, I was going to go.
I figured you guys were. With 5 of you running up there was no way Joven was going to keep that straight line of cars behind him. He was going to have to choose which way to block, and it was going to be exciting. You pulled it off by a car length.
Yeah, I was just biding my time, honestly.
So as far as your thing comes together here, you were, before this race was done after 5, you're sitting in 11th, just outside of that bubble for the final 10 spots available for the championship. So this will definitely, with a second place finish, this will jump you way up there, because a lot of the guys in front of you finished way behind you in this race. So you're going to get a big points bump and be solid inside that top 10. So we're looking at playoff contention.
That's good.
Yeah, it's definitely tight. I mean, everybody who shows up, and there's a lot of consistent drivers showing up every week, but you're one of them. So that worked out in your favor this evening.
Man, what a field tonight, huh? 38 cars? Wow.
39 cars on the track at one time. Greg, congratulations on your second place, man. I know you like that one much better, and you have quite a bit of them in Friday and Saturdays all put together, and last year's championship. You're still holding the trophy. You are the man to beat. So congratulations for you for second place, man. Did an awesome job. Got a taste of it for a little bit up there, but there's only one winner. So congrats to Anderson for taking the win tonight. But man, good finish.
Thank you. Yeah, he did a good job. He's my buddy. Joven is. We race together as much as we can, and he's really helped me a whole lot. I know that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun out here. And it's good to see people from all over different leagues, and so we try to bring here. It's probably the biggest field we had, Blaine, at the Shake and Bake. I would think. All right, Greg, 39. That's right up there with the team races. So awesome field. Thanks for every one of you guys. If you watch this, it came out from Perry Bond. the new guy, KB Ken. Thanks, guys, for coming out, giving it a shot, and we're out here every Friday and Saturday. Right, Greg?
That was a record number for this race, wasn't it? 39?
Yeah,
or is that the first time that we've ever had that many here?
I think we had 30, about 36 one time, but this topped the record for sure.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, and you know, it's we just try to strive, do our best, and let it happen. So that, you know, I'm glad to see everybody come out and have a good time on the weekend. Maybe it's the snow, but you never know. Anyways, I'll let Blaine finish up, and congratulations to another great top 3 young men.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Anything you want to wrap up with? Shout outs that you want to do? Any plugging? Let her go.
No, I'd like to give a shout out to BSR, Bomb Squad Racing, Open Speedway, Tally Knights, Frank for painting my car. He's a really good painter, man. He's just about all my paint schemes. Frank paints them. So, I mean, he does a really good job painting cars. Shout out, Blaine. You do a great job too, buddy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I love watching you guys. That's for sure. I like racing with you guys too, but this is a fun angle sometimes.
Hey, Blaine, you're the broadcaster, but you know what? Did we have fun on the dirt the other night?
It was wild.
It was wild. You got to come out, Greg, when you have a chance. Come out there and bang it up with us a little bit.
I'm pretty good at dirt.
It was a lot of fun. We'll be back out there
sweating.
Tuesday. I was sweating.
I was sweating, man.
Oh, well, you don't sweat your wheel too, man. You don't burn your wheel up doing it all the time.
Yeah. It was definitely warm. But yeah, we should probably let you go because Jovin's waiting up there, so we should probably.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, man. Thanks again. Congratulations, and the points bump is definitely going to be a really big one for you. So we'll see you out here next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, get your shoes on, man. We're running back down there. Ready? Let's go.
Waiting on Jovan Anderson, the 96, the winner of tonight's race. In glorious fashion, Jovan Anderson, the number 96, the winner. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Very good racing there at the end.
That was wild. With the first half of the race, not so exciting. However, with those weird pit stops and funky caution flags, it set up some awesome green flag cycles in the pits, brought out that lead 5, and those, there's the second pack had 10 cars in it, man, but it just could not get together as straight as you guys were up front. The 5 of you guys just drove away from those people.
Yeah, it was a very good execution on the front 5's part. We just stayed nice and tight and kept her in the line that we thought would be the best. And, getting down there at the end, it was about time for everybody to go. We had enough of a gap where all 5 of us were getting ready to fight amongst ourselves, and it was going to be really interesting. The caution came out there right at the perfect time for me, and I was just able to hold them off to the line. So it was a good time. Yeah,
it was shaping up to be a wild finish. I was kind of flip-flopping back and forth between the lead pack and then that pack that, if they could have got their stuff together, they probably could have run you guys down, but they were busy racing each other. And like you said, the yellow came out, was good for you. And I was curious. I've asked the other guys, they were gonna try to obviously railroad you. Do you have any plans when you're running in first in a situation like that, if that had gone green, to be able to block those 4 guys behind you?
Yeah. We were definitely looking at them closely. I noticed the 28 was starting to back up, and you just gotta be very very vivid and just stay as focused as you can and try your best to predict where those cars are going to go, and usually give 1 opportunity to block but not 2. So you just hope in those scenarios that you make the right move and you're able to hold it off, and anything can happen on a super speedway with that. So
hey, Jovan, this is Jeffrey. I want to say congratulations on your win. Earlier in the race, were you in the back, kind of sort of in the back at times with Alex, or was that somebody else I passed?
I wasn't hanging in the back. I was kind of in the middle there, maybe for the start of the race, hanging between 6th, 10th area, maybe 12th at one point. But
well, you now that I got to learn you came out on a couple Mondays and tore it up at the old Atlantas and Chicago. What we run, Blaine? Atlanta and California, Michigan. You just you even showed Greg, your one of your mentors there. So congratulations, man. You can even do it at a super speedway. So you guys are kind of like a level type of family team coming from your league. So hope to see you out here more to give these RTG guys a run for their money. They're tough to beat, and you guys did it tonight. So kudos to you, and thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was exciting, man. Good to have you. Good to see you again. The any shout-outs you want to throw out there before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to give a shout out, like I did earlier, to the clubhouse, Bomb Sky Racing. That's my home league. Great group of guys, open setup racing. We have a lot of fun over there, and I, owe myself being here now to them. And they're just a great group of guys to hang out with and race with, and they have a great time. And thank you guys. Thank you, Blaine, for the broadcast. Thank you, Jeffrey, and all the admins here for putting on the race so that we can come out here and have a good time. I really appreciate it, and it's a lot of fun when I'm able to come out. So just thanks everybody for watching out there, and hope you enjoyed the show.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the kind words, and glad to have you, man. I threw out a little invite knowing that you work weekends, but you never know. You could be off on this Saturday, and you were. So glad to see you, man. Always good to see you. I can't wait to see you again. So I'll leave it up to Blaine, broadcaster himself, to end this, but congratulations, man. You're number one tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, and hope to be back soon.
Hopefully we see you back here, man. Thanks again. Have yourself a good night.
Yep, you too.
Well, there it is, Jeffrey. I had a fantastic event, as always, at Talladega Nights. Links in the description.
Well, you know what? That was crazy. 39 drivers. Never thought we'd hit that mark on a night that I really didn't put out any advertising until the last minute. But you never know who's going to show up. We're busy, out with the wife, home with the wife, whatever. Allowed to race if the wife says. Happy wife, happy life, right? So thanks to you, Blaine, for helping out this weekend and doing what you do for us. And I think you do an amazing job by yourself and how you do it. It's unique and different, and I think everybody out here feels the same way. And we'll keep going with this. And God bless everybody that can make it and race and run. And some guys had some bad luck, some had good luck. It's racing at Talladega. We'll move on to the next race. And thanks again to everybody for watching. Go Talladega Nights.
That's it, man. Thanks again for hosting an awesome event. And if anybody needs more info about Talladega Nights, if you do play NASCAR Racing 2003 season, check out the description below and a link to the website, which Donnie Elliott meticulously built from scratch. You can view that in all its glory and find your way here if you want to try some of this out yourself. But thanks, Jeff, and we'll see you here again next week, I guess.
Yes, sir. I'm going to try to race a little bit better. It's kind of hard doing all this when you got a TeamSpeak list longer than your screen. But hey,
crazy, yeah.
We live and learn, man. But I had to pick with the machine up there for a little bit of action. So it was good. I had fun. Thanks a lot, Blaine, and I will see you next week. And everybody, check out those cars from the drivers that took the time to send those in. I kind of add a little message on some of them, so I hope you enjoyed it. Family members, stuff like that. It's all about memories, guys. God bless. Good luck. See you next week.
Thanks, Jeff. Jeffrey Elliott, league owner, in cahoots with his brother, Chris, who could not make it out this evening, also league owner. If your last name's Elliott, you own this thing. So anyway, as always, thank you to everybody involved. Thank you for everybody who watched this broadcast from Tarnation TV. Subscribe, thumb bell, do all that stuff below. Links for all the bands we use are in the description. All bands I know and have met personally. All local music. Support your local music scene. Because as you can hear from some of these tunes, they're really, really good. So don't be afraid to go down to your local establishment and catch some local tunes Because you can always ask those guys, hey man, can I use your music in my NASCAR broadcast? And they'll say yes. So thanks to Rise of Dissension for the music you're listening to this evening. Or Doug Smith. I've known that guy for a long, long time. I just have to shoot him a quick text, and he's always gracious enough to allow me to use his tunes, along with all the other people he has in his groups of heavy metal bands. There's too many names to list. I'll probably forget a couple, so I will not attempt to do that. We'll see you here next week. I do have a screen for that, actually, don't I? Future broadcasting schedule. Oh, there's my Rise of Dissension Spotify. Next week, the 4th of February, 9 p.m. Eastern for race number 7 of 10. And then race number 11 and 12 are the playoffs. And it's shaping up to be good because we got a lot of really consistent drivers that come in here every single week. So it's going to be a race to the finish. The stats change a lot every single week. The results on your screen you're looking at right there are unofficial. Once they are locked in, we'll see you next week to talk about that. So anyway, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Have yourself some good mosh pitting. Keep your stick on the ice.
Make it fall. They keep you blind, weak and small. They lie to the blind and the young, utilizing the blood for the torn. Fighting back just long the cold. Stop to let the truth be told. Sight a target to the core. Get ready, cause this is war. No more constant of prevention. Dissension. Silent color blue. Onlookers prove it's true. Higher powers will cover up. Just put the wrong cool up. Time to take a freedom back. Fill the streets and leave no slack. Stand up.